Hello again, and the question we have this week is at Rose Hill, is the Golden Rose a value race? And this is some information you should look at whenever you have a bet. Are you getting value for money? I'm Gary Robinson, and the website is www.horseracingaustralia.info. And as usual, I'm using the GTX program to do my form assessments. So this is what I've come up with for the Golden Rose on Saturday. The weather's going to be great. And as you can see here, our top rated horse is number 2 Minari. And it fills all the dots here, okay? Every criteria we have, it gets a pass. Jockey Par, trainer Greg Ryan, all good trainers by the way. And if you have a look at these top 4 runners here, you'll notice that we've got Dracarys there, who had a good win, had a little bit of a let up, obviously prepared and waiting for this. Gold Standard, who was absolutely brilliant last start in winning, followed by Trapeze Artist, who's at his 3rd run from a spell. They're going 1400 this week. And Formality and Champagne Custard, is it? No, whatever it is. Okay. Anyway, Champagne Cuddles and Pariah. All good horses, these, obviously. It's a lot of money in this race, so it's $1 million race. Okay. Now, when we look at Minari, okay, we're looking at the pre-post market, and that's suggesting that it might be around $1.90. I've actually had a look at the odds, and it's sitting at $2. We've got it rated around a 7-to-1 chance of winning. Now, if we have a look at Dracarys, we've got that rated at about a $9 chance of winning. Dracarys, however, is predicted to be in double figures around the $15 mark. And looking ahead at that, I'll find in actual fact it got out to $21 before pulling in a little to $20. We look at Gold Standard, an $11 chance, as I see it. It's available at around $12. Trapeze Artist, around $11 on its best, and the price on that is $41 into $35. Formality, 2 wins since resuming, and really dogged wins too. Rated around $11. And what price do you think we get on Formality? Okay, we're going to get a good price, $17 out to $20. It doesn't really make sense to me. So let's have a look here now at Minari, and we can see that on our time rating formula, it's run a 63.9 and then improved to run 69.1. Came from behind here, and on this particular case, was 2nd of the turn and got up by a length and a half, and really probably was pulling away at the finish of it. When we look at Dracarys, 6th of the turn and absolutely flew home to get up by a neck. If you go. When we look at Gold Standard, it led most of the way and pulled out in front and just kept going, and won in a rating on the win form of 63.1, but before that finished just behind Dracarys, recording a 66.7, and that was with this weekend's race jockey, Tommy Berry. So what I'm saying is, where is the value in this race? It's certainly not backing a Minari, which is rated at that price. It's a good horse. It might even win the race. But if it wins a race of this quality with all these good horses in it, then I want to get a lot more for my money than $2. If we look at Dracarys, for example, it's paying $4.60 fixed just to run a place. Okay, where is it at the barrier? It's drawn barrier 1. It's a horse that can get back, but by the same token, it's able to sit there and breeze behind them until it gets to the turn, and then yes, it does have to get out, and that could be the problem. If we look at Gold Standard, it's obviously going to race on the post, but it's drawn barrier 10 out of 14 runners here, so it's going to have to do some work to get across perhaps, but it's still got that speed, and as you can see here on this situation, it was slowly away, but the last 600, 33.7. Now the thing is that at the turn it was 5th, so you can say it's probably run about 33 seconds flat on the run into the finish. And this one, where it was able to be right up there on the pace, It came home in 34.38, but because it had set a fairly solid pace before that, there was nothing able to come behind it. So I would say that our best chances, and Gold Standard by the way, is being $3.40 for the place. There is a chance that if you back Dracarys for a place and Gold Standard for a place, and they both manage to fill a slot, you're going to get a much better return than backing Minari for the win and getting only $2 for your money. And bearing in mind there's absolutely no guarantee whatsoever that it's going to get the best run, because here it is out in barrier 11. So that's against it as well. As I say, it might be a champion horse one day and it might win, but it's not won yet, and until that happens, I'm not going to be taking the shorts about a horse like Minari, which is yet to prove that it's that far superior to these other horses. We've got a whole string of horses here which have all run times indicating they're better than a 60-point rating, and that's about as good a sort of a race as you're going to get. You do want value, and that's the key. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to my opinion.